the 40, stays on his feet, cuts it back. Marion Brown, another kickoff return for a touchdown.
Look out! There goes two! No flags! Touchdown!
Howard in trouble.
It's complete, and the Michigan Wolverines will shock the college football world.
Time coming off. Howard's going to run for it. Time runs out, and that'll do it.
Oh my goodness.
Welcome to the Big Ten, Oregon. They storm the field at Austin. He handed it off to Love, who stays on his feet. Love is in the end zone. Notre Dame has won the Orange Bowl, and Marcus Freeman is taking them to the championship game.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Week Zero podcast. My name is Josh. Joining me today as my co-hosts are Ryan, or is him for Bell. I don't know. I just in the last game. And I can't even see Lucas's. Oh, okay. It's just like, all right. And Lucas, Luke Dog McTight down there, along with his daughter Tennessee in the room. So we're going to watch our language. But welcome back. It's week 3, and we got a bunch of pretty good matchups. Not a whole lot of news from last week. It's a whole lot of chalk. But like Minnesota beating a high school team by 60. Yeah, that means something, doesn't it?
Florida State beating East Tennessee A&M Commerce by 77 points.
Is that the actual college?
I don't know.
I'm worried that might be the actual college.
Oregon beating a high school team by 66.
Oregon didn't beat a high school team by 66.
They beat a Big 12 team.
They beat a Big 12 team by 66. And somebody was there, weren't
Apparently they can afford as much as a high school team. So.
Oh, yeah, apparently, you know. When you just got these schools that are committed to winning and willing to invest in the team.
They got a man. They got a man for a head coach.
Dude, whenever you talk trash to Dan Lanning, it always ends up bad for you.
Oh, yeah.
Always ends up bad for you.
It's a mistake. You don't want to, in the wise words of Dan Lanning, we didn't need it, but when you put a little fuel on the fire, you're gonna get it.
Oh yeah,
yeah, dude,
definitely. But
you can show the video if you want, Ryan. I know it's somewhere in there.
Is it in there?
Somewhere in there.
I can send it again.
I can send it.
I'll play it. I'll show it later.
We did have a few teams that kind of sleptwalked, I guess is the nice way to put it. In Georgia, LSU, and Clemson. Clemson down 16.
You know, I said it was a lot of chalk, but I did forget about who did we pick to win the Big 12?
Oh
boy!
Oh no! Oh no! Oh dang it! We were wrong.
Good old Coach Dilly.
You know what I think it was? I think it was the 100-mile drive to the stadium.
I mean, shoot. I picked Kansas State to win the Big 12.
That's not working out too well.
Yeah. That Big 12 conference
is a shit show.
The little 12.
It's a little nuts. It is a little nuts.
The little 12, not the big one.
I thought Kansas had a little juice, and then I thought Kansas had a little juice, and then at halftime, one of the Mizzou students who was going to kick a field goal for $25,000 decided instead of kicking a field goal, he would kick it at the Kansas sideline. So, I mean, like,
that's brilliant.
That is some hate.
All right, let's get into it. So concern level. This includes Georgia as well. We'll throw Georgia in there.
And Penn State. They were up 10-0 at halftime.
What's the level of concern? I guess we could go individually. Clemson, what were they down 16-0 at one point against Troy?
17 to nothing.
No, because Troy missed the PAT.
Yeah, it was
Oh, they
16.
did miss the PAT.
Yeah.
I thought it was 17. I could start in on that one.
Yeah.
So there was so after Troy went up so much, there was a pretty long weather delay in this game, Troy Clemson, and I think that contributed pretty heavily to Clemson's comeback in this game. There was never a question whether Clemson was the better team or not. It just really seems like they were trying to let LSU beat them 2 weeks in a row at the start there. You know, just a bunch of just nothing really working for Clemson, and it seemed like Troy was able to move the ball pretty well against that defense. A little concerning, but I'm not worried about it. I think they're gonna get everything tightened down and be fine.
What would be like if you're from a concern meter of 1 to 10? What would your concern level be
For Clemson, I'd say probably a 3, maybe a 4. I'm not super concerned. It is something to keep an eye on. But as far as out of conference, Clemson can lose an out of conference game. That's not going to hurt them. If they make it to the ACC championship game, they're going to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm in the boat of coming into this year, I wasn't high on either LSU or Clemson, right? And so seeing that game week 1 where everyone left that game thinking LSU's a national title contender, Nussmeier's great, he might be the best quarterback in college football, blah, 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 blah. And then you see the performances by both of the teams this week. It could be a hangover from a very physical game between two teams, but it could also be, hey, maybe Clemson's not as good as we all thought preseason. Maybe LSU isn't as good as we all thought preseason, because there's always week 1 overreactions. And I think that a lot of people overreacted by that week 1 game. I think Clemson could be in danger this week when we get to the Pickems, but if I'm at a concern level for Clemson specifically, I'd say probably a 5, because you still have everything in front of you, but you got a lot of things to fix. So, especially with Miami looks really fucking good. So, and Florida State looks really good.
We'll see about Miami.
But yeah,
we'll see.
I'm gonna agree and disagree on a few points. Parts where I will agree with is Clemson. They're not as good as we thought they would be. I think a lot of that goes with Cade Klubnik not being as good as I think a lot of us, including myself. I had them winning the national championship over my Ducks. So you know that I held Clemson in very high regard. But Cade Klubnik just hasn't looked like he was supposed to, and I think he's falling victim, unfortunately, to some of the like the Trevor Lawrence stuff that he dealt with in his time at Clemson, where it was like these high expectations, these super high expectations, and he just he struggled at times because of those high expectations. And once he started just playing ball, he looked incredible. So I think Cade Klubnik needs to just get back to just playing ball. I think that's the big thing for Clemson. We came into this year knowing that Clemson was one of the, I guess the word is shallowest. They don't have a lot of depth on that team, especially, and you really saw it when they lost and didn't have one of their best wide receivers, if not their best wide receiver out there. It really showed. I would say I'm probably at like a 6 or 7 with Clemson, because the ACC has shown some very good schools. Like you mentioned, Ryan, Miami looks incredible. And, I projected them to win a lot of games this year. Obviously, I picked them to beat Notre Dame. So I project them to win a lot of games, and they looked even better than I thought they would week 1. So But when it comes to LSU, I don't think it's anything to think about too much. I think it was one of those games where they cruised. I think LSU is a really good team. I think they have good players on every single point of that team. I thought they should have beat Clemson by more. It came down to Brian Kelly just being Brian Kelly and letting that game be closer than what it was supposed to be. I think Mario Cristobal did the same thing week 1. I think he did the same thing. The only difference is that Mario Cristobal, and I don't even know who Miami played this week. I'm assuming they beat him by 1 million, whoever they did play. That was the only difference, is that Mario Cristobal prepared them for week 2 and went out there and beat the hell out of whoever they played. I'm sure
it was an FCS team.
Yeah, I'm sure it was some no-name team. Not to disrespect the FCS ranks.
It was a donation game.
But no concern for LSU. A lot of concern for Clemson. I think if you add some of these other teams, I think there's a lot of concern for Georgia specifically. Yeah. I think almost over all of them. I think I'm at like an 8 or 9 concern level for them because they're playing LSU's playing in the same league, right? They're playing in the same conference. But I think Georgia hasn't shown me that they have any like star positions, star spots on their team. They're just Georgia. And so you expect them to win a lot of games. But I think we're going to see really quickly, and we'll get to the picks. I'm not going to give away my pick, but I kind of am. I think one team is a lot better than the other team coming up this weekend. And I'm not sold on Gunnar Stockton. I'm not sold on the Georgia Bulldogs this year, unfortunately. I think it's going to be one of those years where they just they maybe squeak out 10 wins because of a bowl game or something like that, but not sold on them. When it comes to Penn State, and I'll make this quick, sorry I'm talking a lot, but when it comes to Penn State, I think they're cruising. I really think they're cruising. And when you look at the best teams in college football each and every year, obviously Ohio State just won the national championship after losing 2 games. But when you look at the best teams in college football every year, like Georgia, say in 2022, they didn't cruise past teams. They beat the hell out of every single team. I mean, they may have had 1 or 2 close games that year. Maybe
they had the Missouri game,
where it was a bit close. But every college football team is going to have that at some point in the year. And if it's against a conference team, I can fully understand it. But like teams that are supposed to be the best, and a lot of people have Penn State as their national champions. You're supposed to destroy these teams. You don't cruise through them. You don't act like, oh, we're just going to win. We're going to keep everybody healthy. No, you completely obliterate those teams. That's what Oregon did this weekend. That's what a lot of teams have done this weekend. You have to, if you are going to be a competitor for the national championship, you have to destroy the teams that you're supposed to destroy. And unfortunately, those 4 teams that we talked about, they just didn't do that.
Yeah, Jen, for me, Georgia, I'll just go very quickly on Georgia. I'm not as concerned as you are, just because I've seen Georgia do this every year since they won the national championship, where they have that one game where we all remember the Kent State game. That was absolutely ugly.
Yeah.
The UMass game from last year, where they were down to UMass at home late in the third quarter, and they came back and won by 20. Like, Georgia always has that game under Kirby where it almost feels like they're kind of toying with their food a little bit. And it just so far, it just hasn't caught up to them. So I'm not as concerned. Penn State, though, for you to have the non-con that you have, right, the Big Ten should have a problem with you playing with FIU, Nevada, and Villanova. Like, that is – talk about that, you trying to beat the allegations of being a 10-2 merchant because your schedule is dog shit.
Yeah, like Indiana.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
That's just – at least Oregon is playing –
What the hell is Indiana State?
At least Oregon's scheduling a Power 4 opponent. At least Ohio State is scared.
Really, I mean, 2 Power 4 opponents if you're going to count the Pac-12. But the only reason why we have Oregon State on our schedule is because it's a rivalry. It's a rivalry. You got to keep it on the schedule every year. I go into this super quickly since we were kind of talking about the Ducks a little bit. Something that I found out recently that I had no idea. I mean, I was 19 in 2018. I didn't really pay attention to college football like I do now, but Oregon scheduled this home and home with Oklahoma State back in 2018. If you look at everything that Mike Gundy has said over that time, over the past week or whatever, when he was talking all that smack and all that stuff, we didn't know NIL was going to exist. We didn't know this stuff was going to exist. Oklahoma State was a much better team in 2018 than Oregon was. Oregon was a 7-win team max in 2018, 2017, 2015, that range. Like we weren't a very good team. They decided to do this home and home, and just so happens we're a much better team now in 2025. I found that kind of hilarious, so I wanted to bring it up to you guys. Maybe we can, this is something for conversation. Should we be scheduling these things out so far, not knowing where college football is going to be?
Well, you see a lot of those matchups.
Scheduled that in when you were still in the Pac-12.
Well, you see a lot of those matchups
going away.
A lot of those matchups are getting canceled now.
And genuinely, I wouldn't be surprised if Oklahoma State bought us out next year. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think Gundy's going to be there. I think they could very well buy us out just because we're not paying them like an FCS school, right? So we're playing an FCS school. We're paying them a shit ton of money. This is a Power 5 school or a Power 4 school. We're not paying them money. I don't even know how that works. I don't think you pay a Power 4 school. I'm not sure how that works, but you don't pay them that much money. So I could very well see Oklahoma State buying us out next year just because they don't want to see what they just witnessed.
Yeah.
And it's terrible for the sport, I think. And that's why I think maybe we should go away from scheduling these home and homes 10 years away, 8 years away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wish ultimately we could get rid of scheduling 3 straight non-con games of FCS, G5, but
it's important to have one. It's important to have,
you have one,
school.
but have 3, like that's your entire non-con.
Let me tell you, Ryan, it's more for those smaller schools than anything else.
Yeah, it's important. It really is.
Yeah, I'm sure FIU is really appreciative of Penn State for beating.
Yeah, because Penn State just funded FIU football for the next 3 years.
Yeah.
So,
and when you look at teams,
they're very appreciative for Penn State,
especially when you look at teams like good schools in the FCS. So like a Montana State, right, playing Oregon. Oregon pays them a crap ton of money to play that game. Well, Montana State's already the number 2 team in the country, right? So that's just going to add to their NIL, whatever they had or didn't have. Like that's just going to add to that. And I think that's really good for some schools. I think some smaller schools like your North Texas, whatever the hell that who was it that played them? Hey, chill. Why am I blanking on the team that played North Texas State of the Christian or whatever the hell their team was? Like, I'm blanking on the team that played them, but you got a team like that. Okay, thank you. I will get.
All right, let's get into our other topics because we got a few more here to get into.
Yeah.
Florida shocks the Gators. I'm sure Josh was very happy by this one. I wonder if Billy Napier was left, or can't get left in the tarmac because they're in the swamp.
Yeah, they were at home. That's extra embarrassing.
He was the one. Did he have to walk home?
Well, I'm sure he did because they probably slashed his tires. You know, he got criticized, and rightfully so, for not burning his timeouts at the end of the game. In the way he should have. And there's just no excuse for Florida to lose to a directional Florida school. There's no excuse. You got better athletes. You're at home. There's no excuse to lose that game. So I think that a fun fact, Billy Napier's record at Florida, it's 20-20 right now. No other Florida coach in the last 20 years, 20, 30 years has ever had a record that bad at Florida. I saw it coming. I went ahead and took a chance, called it. I said that DJ Lagway was going to have a sophomore slump. Right so far through week 2. It just, I just think that USF is one of those teams. They have a good playing style, and they really know how to use their weapons.
Well, the thing that I noticed in this game, and this is what should make it even more embarrassing, is you should have better athletes. You play in the SEC. You play in Florida, which is one of the biggest recruiting hotbeds in college football, and you're getting beat. Not just beat, you're getting your ass whipped up front and in the trenches by South Florida. What are you going to do this week against LSU, who has SEC caliber trenches? What are you going to do when you play South Carolina, who has Dylan Stewart on the edge? Like, you paid all this money.
What are you going to do when you have to play Florida State? What are you going to do when you have to play Miami?
And I'm not taking anything away from South Florida, because I think South Florida is a really good team. Byron Brown is a lot of people's Heisman front runner right now, which a lot of people have him as the Heisman.
It's the winning is the stat people. That's the people who have him.
The winning is a stat. They haven't seen Dante Moore throw a football.
They haven't.
Seen the thing is,
John Mateer
you
played
paid all
down
money.
yet.
You paid all this money for DJ Lagway, and he gets outplayed by Byron Brown. Again, I think South Florida is going to be a really good team, but you have different standards at Florida. And the shocking part to me is I thought after this game, not that Billy would be immediately fired, but I thought it at least would be. I didn't think there would be a statement from the AD saying, "Yeah, we're keeping Billy as our head coach."
Well, here's the thing is that this game does not hurt Florida. It doesn't hurt Florida, especially if they go out there and they beat LSU this week. It doesn't, if they go out there and beat LSU, nobody's going to remember this South Florida game. Especially, if these two things align, South Florida beats Miami and Florida beats LSU, that game's definitely not going to hurt Florida at all.
No.
But the thing that's concerning to me about the Florida Gators is that DJ Lagway did not statistically have a bad game. And if you have your quarterback not have a bad game and you still lose to a team like South Florida,
you can't put 20 points on South Florida.
There is serious problems that you have going on. Now, like Ryan said, South Florida could very well run the table. I mean, genuinely. I mean, we haven't seen a weakness on South Florida. And so they could very well beat Miami. And even if they don't beat Miami, they could be an 11-1 team, 12-1 team winning their conference and going to the college football playoff, which is going to look really good for Florida because they're going to be like, look, not even Florida. It's going to look really good for Sunbelt Billy because he's going to be like,
that was a playoff team.
We lost to a playoff team. I mean, it's a playoff team. What do we – I mean, that sucks. Maybe we're not at that point yet. And so I think it's going to look really good for him. But at the same time, if your quarterback isn't having a bad game, if DJ Lagway would have went out there and threw 4 interceptions, I'd be like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But he didn't. He didn't. He had a good game, really. Statistically, he didn't have a bad game, and they still lost.
You get beat at home You didn't lose to. You didn't give the game away. You got beat.
Well, it's more than just the gameplay for Billy as a coach. You had, again, and you had one of your players in a critical moment of a game in the fourth quarter put South Florida in field goal range because he decided I'm gonna go hock a loogie in the face of a South Florida player.
Dude, I literally just did hawk a loogie. That was nasty.
To me, like, I don't know about you guys. I don't know about you. To me, that's a lack of leadership.
That is just being undisciplined.
Yes. And
you essentially had the game won. And you did that. You got so mad that you committed a personal foul. And did he get kicked from the game?
He got removed from the game for spitting.
Yeah. And you just you let them kick the field goal that beats you.
I just don't get the. I don't get the, and I get what Lucas is saying. Where this technically, right, like logistically speaking, mathematically, Florida has everything in front of them, right? But realistically, do we really expect them to beat LSU? Do we expect them to beat Georgia? Do we expect them to beat Tennessee?
No.
Do we expect, it could get really bad? And
they could give up before the Kentucky game and lose to Kentucky. It could get very bad.
My thing is, if you're the AD, why do you come out with a statement saying we're riding with Billy? What happens if you guys get your ass beat by LSU?
I tell you, that is a CY. Let me tell you, Ryan, that is a CYA statement.
Yeah.
That is all that was. That was a CYA statement. That way, when they find another coach, which I'm assuming is what he's doing right now, is he's looking for another coach, because why else would he come out and say, we're keeping him? I assume immediately after that statement, I was like, oh, they're looking for another coach right now.
Yeah, because it's kind of one of those things where, if you are struggling as a head coach and your AD comes out and says, this guy's shit, we're going to get rid of him.
He's not going to try the rest of the season.
Well, and other head coaches are going to be like, I don't want to be the head coach there if the AD isn't on his side. I'm not going to screw that.
Yeah, I don't want to be there. Anyways.
Yeah. All right, let's get into this one. Is Oklahoma back? To me, they dominated both lines of scrimmage against Michigan. Made Bryce Underwood had arguably one of the worst freshmen in terms of what he was hyped up to be. And again, it's not all on him, but one of the worst freshman performances we've seen in a long time. I think we got to pump the brakes on the Bryce Underwood stuff, right? But I think this game spoke volumes of where Oklahoma's at. I think they to me, watching this game, you guys can tell me if you agree. I thought Oklahoma realistically should have won this game by 28 plus. They shot themselves in the foot a lot in this game, and they kept Michigan in this game more than Michigan did. I think Oklahoma is going to be really good because it is week 2. I think they'll clean a lot of those things up. John Mateer is a dude.
He is a dude.
He is a flat-out dude and a gamer. I think Oklahoma's going to be real scary this year. What are your guys' thoughts?
See, I do think so, and I think the SEC is having a down year, truthfully. I don't see dominant teams. I think the Big Ten still owns at least the 2 most dominant teams in college football right now. I think the SEC is completely up for grabs, and I think Oklahoma could very well be the SEC champion. I think John Mateer is going to have to chill out on the turnovers because he does have, 2 interceptions on the year, which is only 2, but you're only 2 weeks in. You can't average an interception a week.
Yeah, he's only thrown for almost 700 yards in 2 games.
And so I really think like with Oklahoma and Michigan, I think Michigan played a very good game for where they're at in their program right now. I think next year Michigan's going to look very, very good. And I disagree with putting this in talking about Bryce Underwood in a bad light, because the thing that Michigan has not done in recent history is develop a wide receiver. And he has zero out there. I think if he had a guy like Braylon Edwards or Mario Manningham, I think he would have had a much better game. But when you have zero, or even who's the guy, Roman, whatever his name was from just a couple years ago, like
Roman Wilson, yeah.
Yeah, even if you had somebody like that, like I just think that Michigan really needs to start focusing less on this is different football. We're playing different football than we were playing a few years ago. Like, especially with how Michigan has built their team, like they won a national championship off of run the ball and good defense. Well, they got that now, but if you don't have a wide receiver who they had, Roman Wilson, you're screwed. You can't win football games that way. And I think Michigan's, and I know that their recruiting class is looking up in the wide receiver position, and I'm glad of that for the Wolverines. But you can't win football games like that. Oklahoma has great wide receivers. They have great running backs. They have a great quarterback. You're not going to win football games against teams like that if you can't throw the football.
So here's my thing. Maybe if you're Michigan, instead of spending $14 million on Bryce Underwood, you should have invested half of that into getting receivers for him to throw the ball to. But if you did that, Bryce wouldn't be at your school right now because he would have went to LSU anyway. You had to overpay for that. To me, the only thing is it's not all on Bryce. He did overthrow a few wide open guys. He missed a wheel route for tight end where he was breaking wide open, would have been a touchdown. It's more of like the Arch conversation for me with Bryce, but not to the same extent, because I think Bryce gets a lot more leeway because he's a true freshman. Arch has been in the system for 3 years. But Bryce was called generational. We had Michigan fans talking about how we've never seen anything like Bryce Underwood before at the quarterback position. It's like, yeah, we have. We've seen 9 for 24 before in a first career start. Go ahead, Josh.
So John Mateer is absolutely slinging the ball. Oklahoma is pretty solid on the lines. Had a huge victory at home. Of course, Oklahoma is a very tough place to play. It's very hostile to a freshman starting quarterback. For their first road game being at Oklahoma is not a good thing. I think Michigan played pretty well, not bad. Underwood did have some throws that he missed, but again, he's a true freshman. He's going to get better. Let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater here. I think this was a bad game. I think this was a tough environment for him. But as far as Oklahoma's cruising right now. They are absolutely whooping up on teams. And, I know it's week 2, right? Yeah. So you've played one Power 4 opponent. Once you get into SEC play, we'll really see what Mateer is. I mean, we'll really see what Oklahoma's made of if they have that depth. I don't think they do have the depth. But as for right now, they're a fantastic team. If they can keep everybody healthy, they can make a run at the SEC championship. They have the tools.
Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and get to our final few topics here. AP poll reaction. I'll pull it up here in a second. I don't know if you saw, Josh, but we found out that, shocker, most of the AP poll voters don't actually watch football.
Huh?
Yeah. This is crazy, right? This is news to me.
I was about to say, that's news to you. That happens with basketball, too. It's pretty bad.
So I don't know if you saw this, but one of the AP voters, her ballot got called out because she had
moved
Florida
up 3 spots after losing, or 2
Yeah,
spots after losing to USF.
and South Florida was nowhere to be ranked. I thought this was interesting what she said, and I kind of want to get our thoughts collectively on what she said here. Because
I think you at least need to watch some of the games that you're voting on these teams, right?
So here we go. This was
Here we go. All right, hold on. Pause real quick.
Yep.
Don't play it yet. Don't play it. This doesn't look like someone who knows ball. Nothing in the background would imply that this person knows football. Nothing. At all. Okay? And she had to release a statement to justify her ballot? Is that what this is?
Yes. Yeah.
Let her rip.
Oh, now some background knowledge. She is a beat writer for USC football, and that's it. But
that doesn't inspire confidence.
Yeah.
But as far as what my votes are and what my process is, I wake up early in the morning after covering a game late in the night before. Don't want to go too much into my progress or process or logic, but I will say I appreciate everybody's interaction on social media and all of your feedback. There's tons of people that vote on the AP poll, and it's not a perfect system, but at the end of the day, no matter who you pick, it does even out because there's so many people who vote. And like I said, it's really fun for discussion. It doesn't, probably matter in the end, but I'm glad that people are having a really good time with it.
All right, that person should not have an AP vote.
Yeah. You think?
She essentially, I don't know if you read between the lines there. She's like, it doesn't matter. We're just having fun. It's going to even out anyways. It's like, I don't think so. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm doubting you're qualified to be a beat writer.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, because I'm sure, and here's the thing, right? I'm sure
Yeah.
she has spent a lot of time covering games. She probably does know football. I don't understand how, did that kind of sound like an excuse? I was up late the night before covering a game, and I'm like, so you should have had all the results before you went to bed.
It's not that hard to Google the results of each game.
And I get up pretty early in the morning, and I'm not going to go through my process because you don't have one. You just look at teams, and you're like, yeah, I guess Florida should be moved up, even though you obviously never looked at the score. And then at the end of the day, she's like, yeah, I got it wrong, but I'm not going to say that I got it wrong. I'm just going to say that one person getting it wrong doesn't really matter. It's all going to even out.
These are the types of people that should not have a vote.
College football would be better without those types of people.
I think the thing is, right, the thing that bothered me the most about her statement was, one, obviously you're saying it ultimately doesn't matter. Ma'am.
She didn't. That was reading in between the lines.
Respectfully.
She didn't say it didn't matter. She said
at the end of the day, I guess it doesn't really matter.
It all evens out.
It all evens out. It does matter because what do you think the committee bases ranked wins and stuff off of for the first 8-9 weeks of the season? The AP poll.
Yeah.
Who decides that? Her. And other people like her.
Yeah.
And again, I think it's not just her. I've heard Josh Pate talk about this on his show. There are other people that have gotten called out since this that have done the same thing. But again, this is why nobody respects the AP poll. This is why nobody thinks it's an absolute joke, right? We should limit the amount of people that have a vote in this. How are we deciding who's qualified enough to get a vote?
It's AP stands for Associated Press.
Yeah.
So Are they picking these people about random? You know, you're a beat writer for USC football. Do you care about football? Or did you just want to go to college in LA? Like,
From the background knowledge, at least from what I heard, she's more of a journalist first and a sports journalist. You know, that just kind of goes with the job. It's not like she's...
oh, so she's an educated woman. Now I
Yeah.
really hate her. That's from Tombstone. Don't take that out of context.
Yeah, I think it's like, at least when we do our rankings, right? When you, me, Lucas, we sit here and do our rankings. We give reasons. We give logic behind it.
And we still get shit on.
And we get shit on for it. But hey, at least...
And you know what? We don't get everything right. We always mess up a couple of times a year. Always. Everyone does. If you get everything right when it comes to college football every time, you must be a millionaire because you've made a lot of money in Vegas.
But at least the thing is, Josh, at least we watch the games.
We do. We watch it. And, you know, because we're fans.
Mm-hmm.
We're fans. Does she wake up? I guess in California, that would be what?
6
3 p.m. Does it start at 3 p.m.? She doesn't even have to get up early. Or no, I'm sorry, 9. Is it 9? It's 9 a.m.
So it's what? You're talking about what? When
when college football starts on Saturday in California.
9 a.m.
Okay. Yeah. So when she wakes up at 9 a.m., like the rest of us have to wait until noon on Eastern time. All right. You got to wait till 11, right? Because you're Central time. Mm-hmm. She gets to wake up at 9 a.m. and have an entire day of college football. An entire day where she gets to sit there. She gets to go over her stuff. She has at least, let's say USC plays at like 8 p.m. Pacific time. All right. Mm-hmm. She has until at least like 5 p.m. So 9 to 5, full 8 hours of college football that she can be watching and learning and looking at teams that look good, looking at teams that look bad, you know, actually doing her part as an AP voter, right? Looking up stats, understanding these stats. What does, you know, this mean? If you know, just really looking into it. And it really sounds like she's phoning it in. It really sounds like she's phoning it in. And I'm sorry if I sound offended or agitated by that, but I would love to be an AP voter. I'm not a part of AP. I can't be an AP voter. I am a fan of college football. Like right now.
If anyone can get a vote, shit, why not?
Do you think she's watching Colgate at Syracuse right now? Like
no.
I am?
No.
And Syracuse is up 38-3. Why am I watching this game? Because I like college football. That's it.
I realistically think
the entire time we've been on.
I realistically think it would. I think it gets to a point because I don't know if you could have every single college football fan like us vote because I think a lot of bias would seep in, right? But I think you get a lot better results.
Bias, but it would level out. You would have a much accurate poll.
Yeah, like I think. Yeah, that's how they should do it, but they're never going to do it.
Yeah, I mean, do you think Indiana would be ranked if every college football fan voted?
No.
Fuck no. They beat what? They beat Kent State and they beat the crap out of Indiana State.
Indiana State, yeah.
Congratulations. Why are you ranked?
Because of last year. That's what it is. It's like, well,
okay. Well, then why is it Vanderbilt ranked?
Vanderbilt should be ranked.
Lucas,
thank you.
I want to get your thoughts on that, Lucas. You missed it, but we were talking about the woman that came out with her statement and basically, reading between the lines, said it all evens out in the end, and ultimately our votes don't matter.
It's true.
But she basically, we all know that she didn't watch the game based off of moving Florida up, not even having South Florida ranked.
Well, I think the biggest thing that she was doing is she was power ranking. And that's not what this is. I still think that Alabama is
that's giving like the benefit.
That's giving her, yeah.
Yeah, but I still think that like teams like Florida are still power ranked over a lot of probably. I don't know. I'd probably take Florida over in a game. No, but power ranking wise and betting wise, I think Florida would be over Utah, Texas Tech, Indiana, Michigan, Auburn, Missouri.
Yeah.
Teams like I
it is
I
still
think
week 2
over those teams, but I think that those teams that I just mentioned are better.
Yeah,
Indiana not so much.
I don't think no reason why Indiana should be ranked.
There's no reason why Indiana should be ranked. I think that if you moved up Michigan, Auburn, and Missouri and threw Vanderbilt in there, I'd be happy with this top 25.
Yeah.
I still think that Oregon is number 2. I mean, genuinely. They've looked better than LSU and Penn State through 2 games.
I would have Oregon and Miami ahead of LSU and Penn State.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that as well.
All right, let's get into our AP poll reaction. Anything you guys don't? I know Lucas brought up Oregon. Anything else you guys don't like besides the Vanderbilt Oregon?
I don't like that Florida's 10. Florida State.
Yeah, I don't like that Florida State is behind
Illinois.
Yeah, I
thought Illinois looked really good.
And then South Carolina drops for no reason.
Well, South Carolina dropped because they were in a battle with South Carolina State at home.
I think Florida State should be below. I think they should be in the 15 at 15. I think they're worse than Tennessee, Iowa State, and Oklahoma and Clemson.
My other thing would also be
this is kind of middle heavy, isn't it?
But also, if you look at South Carolina, I mean, why is South Carolina ranked higher than Vanderbilt?
Good point.
Realistically,
good point. Similar opponent. They have a similar opponent, but
and Vanderbilt blew out Virginia Tech at VT at night.
Yeah, at VT. Yeah.
South Carolina beat them by what, 11?
Yeah,
or 13 or something like that.
Yeah. In what, Atlanta? Yeah.
Yeah. Iowa State won. I don't know how to feel about Iowa State.
That's a rivalry game. I mean, that's a rivalry game. Your biggest game of the year, probably. You're gonna struggle.
It's always one of those types of games for that game.
Well, that's not that. Look at their best wins, right?
Dude, the Cyhawk is always best wins were week 2.
They're only one of 2 teams in the top 25 to beat 2 ranked teams. By the way,
well, Kansas State lost to.
They were still ranked when they played them.
Jesus Christ!
They were ranked. I mean, you could argue with the wall. They were ranked when they played them.
They were ranked but it was week 0 rankings. Week 0 rankings don't ever hold up.
I guess I guess
I think we got to see a lot from Iowa State.
We'll see about Iowa State. They're still winning games. So,
all right, let's get. I guess we could do stunner and bummers real quick. Who do you guys have for stunners and bummers from week 2?
Stunner, I had. Who did I have? Bo Pribula
from Missouri. Yeah.
He's been playing. He's been absolutely playing his ass off. He's looked great. I think Penn State got in a situation where they were like, man, we got 2 really good quarterbacks. We're going to lose one. Drew Aller was the one that was starting, so he stays. And Pribula has looked fantastic over the last 2 weeks and came out there and got a great comeback win against, a rivalry team that they haven't played in, I think, a decade or maybe even more than that. Bo Pribula has looked really, really good.
All right, my stunner for the week got to be Byron Brown from South Florida. Dude is just an absolute tank. And if he beats Miami on the road, he solidifies himself for the first 3 weeks at least with who he's beaten and the talent he has around him. He would be my Heisman front runner if he beats Miami. So I got Byron Brown as my stunner.
Okay, my stunner is it's not traditional for us when we do stunners this way. The Mississippi State Bulldogs.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. And talk about a turnaround from last year. We're talking about the worst team in the SEC, if not the second worst team in the SEC from last year, turning it all the way around and beating at the time, 12th ranked Arizona State. Just absolutely getting it done at home in front of the Cowbells. It really feels like a big turnaround for this team, and I think this is going to give them confidence for the rest of the year. They didn't even play that spectacularly, but they still managed to get the job done at home.
For Bummer?
Yeah. Did we do bummers each or
Bummer? I would say my bummer is going to be Dabo for not getting portal players. Dude, if Clemson opened up that portal, man, if they just were like, screw it, they would be so good. I mean, they got probably, you could argue probably the number one best coach in college football, maybe number two behind Kirby. Their team would be insane, and it's a real bummer that they don't go for the transfer portal.
So here's my bummer. It's going to be Darian Mensah for Duke. Obviously, Illinois at Duke was probably the second best game outside of Oklahoma, Texas, in terms of like when we were looking at the game slate. And I really like Darian Mensah coming into the season. I still think he's really good. But man, that game was close in the first half. His offensive line didn't help him very much, but the amount of fumbles that he had, he was getting killed in the pocket. Illinois and Brett Bielema had him in absolute hell for that entire second half. For a guy that got paid $4 million to leave Tulane and was hyped up as one of the best transfer quarterbacks in college football, he underwhelmed.
They outgained Illinois.
Yeah.
They turned the ball over like 5 or 6 times or some crazy number.
Hard to win if you do that. Very hard to win.
The Broncos did it.
Yeah. The Broncos did it.
6 turnovers.
Yeah.
Jesus, man. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Had Bo Nix looking like Bo Picks out there.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
So my bummer is Mike Gundy's mullet.
Oh, Jesus.
How are you going to talk so much trash before basically front-ending a loss during the week and just get absolutely embarrassed? Like, you got pantsed on national television.
Bad.
Like, it was bad. It was bad.
He paid more for his mullet than he did his team.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, definitely.
All
My gosh.
Let's go ahead and get to the Pickems. Now, we had a decent amount of shakeup. Josh absolutely nailed it this week. I think you missed like 2 games.
2 games. That's all I missed.
Really bad.
Lucas did terrible.
So I'm swinging for the fences this week.
He said he's swinging for the fences now.
All right. Pittsburgh at West Virginia, the backyard brawl. Was it version 3 now? This is like the 3rd year or 4th year this has been played.
Yep.
How are we feeling about this?
I got to go first, right?
Yep, you do. Yep.
All right. So in this one, I'm going to take Pittsburgh 24-13.
All right. I am taking Pittsburgh as well in this one.
Oh, okay. You know what? Give me Pittsburgh. I will also do 24, but less points for the Mountaineers. Give me 10.
Connor's also going with Pitt in this one. Wazoo at North Texas. North Texas is the 5.5-point favorite at home.
That's wild.
Welcoming in the newest Pac-12 school, North Texas. Actually, no, that's Texas State. Never mind. Retracted. Somebody
Texas State is the Bobcats, aren't they?
edit this out. Edit this out.
I guess.
Got it.
But I am going to take North Texas. I got 34-31.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Mean Green in this one as well.
For some reason, the ref in this Colgate-Syracuse game looks like a milk dud. Give me North Texas.
You're watching Colgate-Syracuse. You know Houston and Colorado are playing right now.
I'm a sicko. I'm going to watch Houston, Colorado then.
It's a good game.
All right. Who are you taking, Josh?
Oh, sorry. I am taking North Texas.
All right. Duke at Tulane. Darian Mensah heads back to his old school to take on his former team and the Fighting Jake Retzloffs.
I'm going to take Duke in this one as long as they don't turn the ball over 8 times. 37-21 for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, I think they get that cleaned up. I'm really not sure why Tulane is favored here. Retzloff has not really looked that good since joining Tulane, so I'm going with the Blue Devils.
Hold on
Josh?
1 second. I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted.
Very good.
All right. You know what? I got to go with the Green Wave here. It's at Tulane. I'm a John Summerall fan. Dude's going to get this game knocked out. Give me Tulane 21-14.
All right, and Connor is going with Tulane in this one as well. All right, Minnesota at Cal. Minnesota is a 2.5-point favorite on the road.
I'm going with the better quarterback here. I'm going Cal 35-24.
Yeah, who would have sat here and talked about that Cal had the best freshman quarterback in the nation? Give me the Golden Bears in this one.
So, is Minnesota favored by 2.5 because they beat some directional school by?
Yeah,
I don't understand why Minnesota's even favored in this game. Give me Cal.
Connor is going with Minnesota in this one. I just realized it's the battle of the Golden Gophers and the Golden Bears. And
it's the Golden Battle.
The Battle of Gold. All right.
Colorado just got a touchdown. Almost not a touchdown.
All right. Wisconsin at number 19, Alabama. Alabama's a 20.5-point favorite at home. So
that's
Lucas
a lot of points.
Yeah, that's a lot of points. Lucas is not here, so I'll go ahead and go. I'll take Alabama, but I'm taking Wisconsin in the points easily.
Okay.
Lucas?
Yeah, I'm going to take Bama as well. It's going to be an ugly game, 21-10.
Yeah, give me Bama. I agree with the ugly game. 20.5 is too many.
Connor's also going with Alabama in this one.
Arkansas
Arkansas
quarterback needs to learn how to dive for the goal line.
Arkansas at number 17, Ole Miss. Ole Miss is only an 8.5-point favorite at home.
Hold on, Colorado is a white quarterback?
Yeah, they benched Caden Salter.
Oh man.
Yeah. Lucas?
I'm going to take Ole Miss in this one. I got 38-35. It's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, I'm taking Ole Miss in this one. I think it's going to be close. I think Arkansas is a lot better than what people think. Taylon Green is a stud. But give me the Rebels in a close one at home.
Yeah, I'm taking Ole Miss. Yeah, give me Ole Miss. I think this is one of those games where, it'll be fun for like 3 quarters. Ole Miss is going to pull away in the 4th. I don't know. I'll take Ole Miss. I'll take Ole Miss and the points.
Connor is also taking Ole Miss. Number 13, Oklahoma at Temple.
Where are you from? At Temple.
At Temple.
At Temple.
Oklahoma's only a 14.5-point favorite.
That's too low. That is much too low.
I don't know, man. Playing at Lincoln Financial Field.
You don't lose to Owls, dog. They're not even cool Owls.
Well, what's up with all the SEC teams going on the road to G5 teams? Like we saw Missouri do it at UMass last year. Now you got Oklahoma at Temple.
Yeah, Mississippi State at Southern Miss.
It's weird.
It happens. Part of scheduling.
I'm going to go ahead and go Oklahoma in this one, and I'm sure Lucas will as well. Josh?
Give me Oklahoma. I'm not going to do the boomer thing, but I'll take Oklahoma, and we're talking like I'm probably 35 to 20.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, just barely
right.
covering that spread.
Connor's also taking Oklahoma. Number 12, Clemson at Georgia Tech. Clemson is a 4-point favorite on the road. I kind of spoiled this a little bit at the beginning. I'm taking the Yellow Jackets in this one, the upset. If this was in Death Valley, I'd feel a little different. But it being on the road at Georgia Tech, Haynes King and that offense, I think they're gonna get that figured out. And Clemson struggles with a running quarterback. They always have. Give me the Yellow Jackets in the upset.
Not so fast, my friend.
Mm.
Georgia Tech's home stadium sucks.
Mm.
And you know what else?
No.
They're going to run the ball and they're going to win the football game. Give me the Georgia Tech. What? Hold on.
The wrecking was the
Ramblin' Wreck.
Yeah, Ramblin' Wreck. There you go.
Who did I miss?
You missed Oklahoma Temple.
Oh, Oklahoma 49-7.
All right. Georgia, me and Josh both took Georgia Tech in the upset here.
I also took Georgia Tech 28-24.
Wow. I did not think that we were all going to go that way.
All of us are taking the upset in this. I love it.
Connor's also taking Georgia Tech.
No points to be had this week.
Vanderbilt, the Fighting Diego Pavias, go on to take on the Gamecocks of South Carolina. Vanderbilt should be ranked. This should be a ranked top 25 matchup, but they're not. Who are you guys taking in this one?
Vanderbilt 48-40.
Damn.
Yeah.
You know what? Go ahead,
Josh. I was just going to say, hey, I'm going to take the man at his word. He told me he came back to Vanderbilt to win the SEC championship, to win a national championship. I'm taking him at his word. Give me the Fighting Diego Pavias.
You know what? If it was any other school besides Vanderbilt, I would believe him. Sandstorm's going to be too much here. Give me South Carolina.
Ooh. All right. Connor is also going with South Carolina. So
Willie B is going to be rocking, boys.
All right. Number 6, Georgia at number 15, Tennessee. Rivalry game. What is this rivalry game called?
It's not.
It's just called the rivalry. Okay, whatever.
I don't even think it's called a rivalry game.
I thought it was. Okay, good.
It's the Josh Dobbs Bowl.
It's the SEC East.
Josh Dobbs Bowl. I'm going to take Tennessee 34-31. Go Vols.
Ooh. I'm sticking with my SEC championship favorites. Give me the Bulldogs in this one.
Yeah, we're see Tennessee's offense got to feast on some ACC early in the season. They always beat up on the ACC early in the season. You know when their offense kind of grinds to a halt whenever they play the Dogs. Give me Georgia, and it's going to be a 28-21. It's really going to be a beatdown for most of the game.
Connor is also going with UGA in this one. So as of right now, Lucas, you're alone. All right.
Yeah, I'll take that point.
Number 18, South Florida, on the road at Hard Rock. Miami is 17-point favorites, so Vegas did not learn their lesson from last week again with Florida.
Wasn't Florida 17.5-point favorite?
They were 17.5, yeah.
Miami is not Florida. It's in Florida. I'm going to take Miami in the points, 41-20.
I'm going to take Miami in this one, but I think it's going to be a lot closer than the 17 points because I think South Florida is a really good team. Give me the Canes, though, in this one.
You know, for 2 straight weeks, I have picked South Florida to win, and they have.
Wow.
I'm not buying. You know what? This is going to be Mario's crystal ball game. Give me South Florida to win this game. It's going to be weird. It's going to be unexpected, and I think it's going to be the opposite of the USF-Florida game. It's going to be a high-scoring game.
Connor is also going with the Bulls of South Florida in this one. I think it's interesting because they sold out for Notre Dame. Stadium's like they're projecting like maybe 34,000. I don't know, man. That's not a very good home atmosphere. I could see it, but all right, Florida. Speaking of the Gators, at LSU in the Swamp. LSU is only a 9.5-point favorite.
Not in the Swamp.
Or not the Swamp, the
Death Valley.
Death Valley, yeah.
Yeah, in the real Death Valley.
Yeah.
Bounce back game for LSU. I got 35-17.
Yeah, I hate anything with Bayou Brian in it, but I'm gonna go with the Tigers in this one.
Dang, I thought I'd be alone. Well, I didn't think I'd be alone here. What time is this game?
Night game.
LSU about 30.
Yeah,
Sunbelt Billy's going to have to walk home from this one. This is going to be brutal.
All right. Week 0 podcast classic with the history of this game.
Oh, yeah.
Old Dominion at Virginia Tech.
The Mighty Monarchs.
7.5-point favorite every time these two teams play. Old Dominion wins, or it's a last-second win by Virginia Tech. So, yeah, go ahead, Connor.
Yeah.
I mean, Lucas.
Yeah, Virginia Tech is a lot worse than I thought they would be. Brent Pry is, he's really counting his days. But I do think Virginia Tech wins this one. I got 20-7.
I kind of want to do it. Fuck it. Give me Old Dominion and the Monarchs in this one. They got one of the best quarterbacks in the G5. I have them on my fantasy team. So give me Old Dominion in the upset.
Man. Virginia Tech hungry for a win.
What?
They got absolutely whooped last week at home. They need something. And that something is a win over a familiar foe. Give me Virginia Tech. I'm going to say this is, 20. I'm saying 24-14.
Okay, could Old Dominion have dominion over the Hokies? Yeah.
I feel like that's how many licks does it take to get to Tootsie Roll's Tootsie Pop? The world may never know.
All right. Let's see. Connor's also going with VT. Shocker. Eastern Michigan.
Shocker.
At Kentucky. Another MAC team for Kentucky to beat up on.
That's right, baby.
Yeah. I got
number 2 of our 3 wins this year.
I got old Kentucky, but they are not going to cover that. I got 35-17.
Oh God, with that offense.
Oh glory! Oh, I'm sorry.
With that offense, I don't think they can luck their way into 24.5. They win, but they don't cover. Give me Kentucky.
Cutter, you see, you guys think Zach Calzada's starting. He's not. Cutter Bowley's starting.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, I know, right? Eastern Michigan should be terrified. Just 24.5 is a lot. Okay. If our defense scores, we could get there, but I don't know.
Hey, cherish the over 500 after this.
I will cherish this over 500 for the next week. And then we'll be back at 500, and then that'll be our best winning percentage so far. And technically, that was after week 1. So,
all right. The Connor Stallions Bowl, Central Michigan at number 23 Michigan. Michigan's 27.5-point favorites. Was Connor Stallions going to get a sideline pass for this game?
On what side?
Hold on. His manifesto was the word central, like, whited out. His manifesto.
It might have been.
Yeah, I'm going to take Michigan, but they're not going to cover. I got 24-0.
Chew.
All right, I'm taking the Wolverines in this one.
Give me the Bryce Roethlisberger. Bryce Underwood.
Bryce
really
Roethlisberger.
Bryce Robinson.
The Black
really
Roethlisberger.
He's going to redeem himself this game.
Oh. Let's see. Yeah. So let's see this one.
Dang.
Oregon.
Real.
Number 4 Oregon at Northwestern. Oregon's a 28-point favorite.
Northwestern. The same Northwestern that got beat by Tulane like 28-3.
Yep. It's in Chicago.
Only 28 points.
At their practice field.
Only 28 points. Only 20. I'm going to keep saying it to you. Only 28 points.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Lucas. Oh, I'm
Go
sorry.
Ducks.
Go ahead.
Go Ducks.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Like, I'm gonna keep keeping it a little bit closer than what it probably is gonna be. Last week, I think I had us beaten Oklahoma State. Let's see what I had to score. I had 49-14 last week. This week, I'm gonna have 49-10. Being a little bit generous. Generous? That's a new one. Generous.
Hurrah, Preet.
Okay, I got you.
Welcome to Shitty Walk. Can I take an order, please?
Generous. Being a little generous to the nerds in Chicago. It's probably going to be worse than that. If this is the one game where we don't score 50, I'll be very shocked. Oregon hasn't scored 50 points in a game since Portland State 2 years ago.
That's crazy.
Now they've done it 2 straight weeks. They're gonna make it 3, but I still got 49-10.
You're not scared of playing at the vaunted Northwestern practice facility?
I think the hardest thing for this team, hardest thing that Oregon is going to face this week.
They don't have a stadium right now. Yeah.
Yeah. The hardest thing for Oregon this week was their flight to Chicago yesterday. Being in the Chicago airport is going to be the worst thing that they are going to face this week.
The O'Hare Airport Terminal is the hardest thing they're going to have to face. Give me Obviously. Let me just Ducks by 90. This is going to be a name your score game for Dan Lanning.
Yeah. All right. Week 0 podcast team of the year game. UConn at Delaware. The Blue Hens are 1-1, but UConn is the 10-point favorite on the road.
Yeah, Delaware 10-point home dogs.
Lucas?
I got UConn 28-21. Don't sleep on Delaware. I think they're actually not a terrible team. But they're going to lose.
You know what? Give me the Blue Hens in this one. I think they get the upset at home. I think they get their it was their first FBS win in school history. Yeah, give me the Blue Hens in this one.
That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. I'm taking the Huskies. 10 points is a lot, but I give it to them.
Man, no love for the team of the year this year. It's crazy.
Oh, well, I mean, they are 1-1. They've fared better than all of our other team of the year. So.
They have, yeah. $1 ticket game. FAU at FIU.
What?
Basically, the
Florida Atlantic versus Florida International?
I'm going to go with the Fighting James Bordeaux's and FIU 21-20.
I'm going to go with
Atlantic, the Owls.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and go with the Fighting T.Y. Hiltons in FIU.
I'm also going FIU.
Connor's also
I think
going
3
FIU.
points is right on the money.
Yeah.
17-14.
I give him a 1-point win. FAU goes for 2 on the last play of the game and doesn't get it. That's my dream scenario.
That is your dream scenario.
All right. The Week 0 podcast game of the week, the final pick him on the list. Number 16 A&M heads to South Bend. Notre Dame is a 7-point favorite at home. Lucas?
All right. So because South Bend is not a good home field advantage, I'm taking Texas A&M 26-21. No, that's not the real reason, but I am taking Texas A&M to win this game. And the biggest reason for it is Notre Dame's going to have – yeah, it's a little baby bunny. The real reason is Notre Dame's got to prove something to me in the trenches, and Texas A&M has a very good defensive line.
Oh, did he cut out?
Oh, no, it froze.
The audio cut out.
Audio's gone.
There's no audio. No audio.
He muted him. Let me get him.
Yeah,
you were muted for like 10
What
seconds
is happening?
there. I have no
I
idea.
didn't even hear you.
Yeah, you were muted for like 10
What's
seconds
happening?
there.
All right, there you go. Here we're back.
You're back.
I can't hear you. You hear me? That's all
I hear
matters.
you, yes.
All right, perfect. I don't know if you heard any of what I just said.
Last 10 seconds.
For the last, okay. So basically, Texas A&M's defense, their defensive line, I think, is very comparable to Miami, and Notre Dame's going to have to prove something to me in the trenches. I'm taking A&M by 5.
All right.
Josh?
Okay. Notre Dame looks solid, but until – and I don't understand why he doesn't do this – until Marcus Freeman starts handing the ball off to Love more than 4 times and a half, I'm taking Texas A&M.
So Connor's goal is also going A&M. I'm going with Notre Dame in this one. I think they've had 2 weeks to prepare for this game. They've had 2 weeks to stew in that loss, which I know the team's pissed off about. Great House, Jadarian Price, Jeremiah Love have talked about how pissed they still are about that game in Miami, and they didn't get to immediately do anything about it. I think that kind of just them stewing in that for 2 weeks at home, at night, under the lights of South Bend. with the home crowd. I think Notre Dame, I don't think they blow out A&M, but I think they get a 10-point victory at home. And I think that you will see Jeremiah Love go off in this one. I think you will see him get 15-plus carries in this one. So give me the Irish.
He needs it.
He does. He needs to hand him the fucking ball and get the hell out of the way.
For real.
All right,
now
Josh.
I'm starting to freeze up. Okay. All right. Well, that is it for the Week 0 podcast. Again, joining me tonight are Ryan, him, Fravel. Again, we're going to find out this weekend. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
And Lucas down underneath us. Always great to have you, buddy. Wish you, we'll get you on more consistently. We'll do it. He finally has his man cave set up, so we're good there. I have been Josh. My little acronym there is we're all going to make it. Josh, we're all going to make it. All right. This has been the Week 0 podcast. We will see you next Friday.